So it's 6:32 and we're calling the City of Sammamish Arts Commission to order. And in attendance, we have Claire Adele, Barbara, Ann, and Ashley as our commissioners, and then Emily and Jamie as our city representatives. So our first thing to do is to move to approve tonight's agenda. And I don't think we need to vote on this, so we just need to move ahead. Does anybody, oh, we have Shawnee. Hi, Shawnee. So does anybody have, I don't know, do we need to take a vote? Hi, Sudeshna. Do we need to take a vote on this? I never remember this part.
Yes, please.
Okay, so we need to, somebody needs to, I'm looking for a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
I move to approve tonight's agenda.
Okay, any second?
I'll second
Okay,
it.
we have Shawnee second, and so the we'll vote. Anybody, all the yays, if you're looking to approve this, please say yay or put up your hand so they can take notes. All right, so what we have is we have Ashley and Megan. Barbara, you had your hand up, correct? Shawnee, you had your hand up.
Yes.
Wow, things are moving around. Anne had her hand up. So the only, okay, any abstentions? Anybody does not want to approve tonight's agenda? Okay, Claridel, we don't have a vote from you on.
I said yay.
Oh, okay, we couldn't hear it. So we have a unanimous vote. All right, the next thing is approval of the minutes from our last meeting, which was in November. So hopefully everybody had a chance to read it. There have been some revisions. Can we have this put up? Janie or Emily, can somebody
Yes.
put this up? Thank you. So there have been some adjustments, but I can't see what they necessarily would have been.
Yeah, so it was to correct Mary Witcher's name spelling. We
Okay.
also clarified that Emily Scott was the staff member who talked about utility wrap.
Okay,
Then we clarified the Southeast 4th Street by saying Synergy Rising Southeast 4th Street signage.
okay,
Those are the only edits.
okay. So depending on when you saw the minutes, those would be the only changes that you would have seen. Does anybody have any questions or additional comments to make to the minutes? Okay, so I need either Barbara, Ann, or Claridel to make a motion to move these minutes into order, to approve them,
I move to approve the minutes.
the November
the
minutes. We
November
have
minutes.
Barbara's approved. Do we have a second, either from Ann or Claridel?
I'll second.
Okay, great. Ann is seconding, so we will have a vote. It's Barbara, Megan, Ann, and Claridel that will be voting. If you're voting to approve the minutes, say aye or put up your hand so they can take notes.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so I believe, Claridel, were you an aye there?
Yes.
Okay, so all four, we have a unanimous, so I don't need to call for abstentions or no's. So we will be moving those minutes into the world forever. Okay, so now we will take is there any public comment, Janie?
If you are, I don't think so. We didn't have any
No written.
All the attendees are expected, but. if
Okay,
any
so
attendee
no
would like
written.
to Give public comment, you can raise your hand.
And there were no written, correct?
Correct. Okay, yeah, we're good.
Okay, we're good. All right, so the first matter of business will now be, or the next matter of business will be the budget. So first thing is our detailed expenditures summary from 2022. So that'll be either Janie or Emily speaking.
Janie, I don't mind speaking to it. Would you mind just pulling it up on the screen though? We'll go through real quick. Thank you.
Sorry, before we start, I have a question about the agenda in the PDF format. I can't click on it, and I've tried to go to the website and see if I can click on that, but it takes me to that system where I have to log in. So there's no way for me to look at details unless it's designed that way.
No, it's easy to print off. Is it just the budget or the minutes?
It's the agenda. So if I have to click on
So if you're
Arts
here
Commission minutes in the
iCompass,
agenda, I'm
and you
not
click-
able to.
when you click on agenda packet, are you having trouble?
Yes.
Hmm.
Are
So I
you
did see the
logged in?
minutes, but if I have to look at other stuff, the PDF is not clickable. So
Yeah, it wasn't clickable for me either, Sadeshna. I had to go back
and
to,
I've had
different
issues
email.
in the past where I've tried to go to the website and I've tried to click on something, but it takes me to a portal where I don't have access. So I don't know how I can, try to do this beforehand.
Are you able to open the PDF agenda packet that I emailed you?
Yes. Yeah.
And if you keep scrolling past the first couple pages, the whole packet should be in there.
When I printed it off from that clickable link, there were 12 pages.
Okay.
So I think you just have to scroll further
Go
down.
further. Okay.
But I just hit print and walked away, and I just went up to my printer. Excuse me, there were 24 pages.
Okay, for some reason I didn't even see the pages. I just saw okay, never mind. I can see it now.
It's only one PDF with all 24 pages
Yeah,
attached,
okay.
including minutes, budgets, and then like probably what are PowerPoint slides attached.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Ashley, do you have another issue in regards to it that we can rectify?
no, I figured it out. I was just saying,
Okay.
I also wasn't able to click on the email they just sent recently. The link in it wasn't clickable. So I was just not making or confirming that I was having a similar problem to Sadeshna, but I went back and found like the other email and was fine, or
Okay.
scrolled down or something. I don't remember what I did.
Okay, but everybody has access to it now. There's nobody that's being denied opportunity. Okay, all right. Detailed expenditure summary.
Perfect. Okay, so most of these will look very familiar because they have been on here for a long time. The newest that was added in December, so that we haven't seen at a past meeting, is that last, well, not the very last line items, but there is the December 28th. That was the grant reimbursement. So that grant is done and completed, which is very excited. And then the last two lines for the City Hall exhibits, those were just supplies for the artwork at City Hall. So those
Okay,
are
does that include, there was supposed to be a check written to the installer? Does that include that?
It should have been coded under that City Hall exhibits, and that was far back. So
We didn't have it, it wasn't cleared as of November. And I
the-
thought it was, I mean, we talked about it at the November meeting. That Barbara hadn't seen it.
I know Barbara is all paid up and reimbursed.
Okay.
As far as her installer, I don't see it on here, so we'll have to check to where it got coded.
Okay.
I
let
do know
me-
for sure Barbara is taken care of.
Okay, all right.
And then for January, we're going to start fresh because it's a new year. So these figures should all look very similar as well. One thing to kind of point out here is, let's see, these numbers in your budget. So like the, I'm just going to pull in the sand sculptures. It says 11,000. You guys can rearrange and change any of those. The only one that needs to stay the same is the permanent public art fund. So that one will stay, those numbers stay the same. The ones in the green program area, you are able to kind of rearrange that budget if you'd like.
Okay. So the part that's in italics under, and this is my ignorance, but the part that's in italics in the green area and under permanent public art, that top line
Mhm.
is like a header for the next line. Is that right?
Yeah, so this is just saying this DEI public art is in the capital fund.
Got it. Okay.
Up here, this is art strategic plan, so the 75,000 has to be spent on the strategic plan.
Mhm.
And then this one operating fund, there's 58,000 in your operating budget. And then everything below this line, all of these numbers
Are up.
are from the operating.
For for the 2023 programs. Got it. Okay. And does anybody else have questions about that?
Actually, I think it's probably just an oversight, but it's probably just an oversight. But when we do every year for the last 11 years that I know of, what we do is when we start a budget tracking for the coming year, we duplicate the end of the prior year, even though it was a biennial. And then what happens is it comes to the Arts Commission. And then if there are any items on that budget tracking, like for 2023, then the Arts Commission votes for them or takes them off. So it's probably just an oversight, but this one should actually, the budget tracking 2023 should practically be identical to the end of 2022. There has been removed the utility box wrap for 8,000 and the utility replacement for 24. And down in public art, removed was the roundabout placeholder for 7,000. And those should actually appear on this report for 2023. And then if you don't vote them off this month, then when the new when the new commissioners come in, then next month you can vote them off. But technically, they should not be removed from your budget tracking. Those should be added back on. So I'm asking that you revise this and go ahead and, as we've done in 11 years prior that I know of, duplicate the end of the 2022. So that means I think the only ones that are missing from that first category, the 2023 program, would be the ones I mentioned, the additional body wrap TBD, which was 8,000, and the replacement placeholder for 24,000. So those should be added, and then add the roundabout for 7,000 under permanent art. So this report should be modified to reflect those with the appropriate monies, the addition. And then as Megan said during last month's meeting, we would further discuss those monies. Well, to have a correct tracking, you've got to add those items. Then if you want to wait until next month when you have the new commissioners in, then you can address those items. But those items should not have been removed without the consent of the Arts Commission, because
Okay.
we voted all those in.
Okay, so is that, Janie, you're our accounting expert, because you come from finance. So is that sort of standard that we have, that those should have been added and that we're just missing them?
So it sounds like this is something that's been done with Arts Commission annually, and since both myself and Emily just started in the middle of the year, we didn't know that happened, which is fine. We can keep doing that. From a accounting standpoint, I mean, this money isn't actually earmarked for sand sculpture, for example, it's all under operating funds, so this is an informal. We're not beholden to spend this money on this stuff, this is just something that we make, finance isn't gonna come back and say, hey, you spent money.
Okay.
To Clairdel's point about this $7,000 for roundabout TBD, this actually is no longer in our account. We do not have the money to spend. The only money we have to spend on the permanent public art is for our DEI project. So if you
Okay.
guys want to do that, but have the funds come out of your operating fund, that's still doable. We just don't have the money in the capital fund, maybe. But this is, like I said, an informal plan. You guys can motion to start over, like Claridel said, and do it that way, and motion each line item and how much money we're budgeting for it. You can, it's up to you.
Could I make a sort of a compromise so we don't lose sight of the things from last year next to unallocated? Can we put in parentheses, list those, including, and then list those the other things, so we don't lose track of them? But it'll bring our attention to them for the next step of our budget, which should be.
Why can't you put all three of those items? Go ahead and then you can discuss at your next meeting with the new commissioners. Return those two items. As I said, they should be in the 2023 program on the wraps. And go ahead and put you can put the roundabout as a placeholder up in the operating budget for 7,000. Then you can discuss all three of those. But technically and accurately, we need to see the visibility of those three in this.
Yeah, but she's saying that actually, we could eliminate all of these things if we chose.
I'm saying it depends on what you want to do next month with your new commissioners. You address, you can add or you can subtract, but technically, nobody other than the commissioners have the authority to take things out of your budget.
Okay, so Deshna, Claridel's had the floor for a while. Deshna, did you want to add something?
Yes, I just wanted to add art showcase and that could be in unallocated or as a line item. I don't care, but I just wanted it's there somewhere.
And then Ashley, did you have something you wanted to add?
I was also just gonna say the art showcase and then crafts and stuff. Is there
Okay.
a way, I'm sure we can go back and look at it, but it looks like a lot of the line items that we had throughout the year have been removed.
Yeah.
I know I missed the meeting last month, but I don't know if you guys talked about it or what. Stop. Ugh, I'll be back.
Okay, so I don't really want to